Congress has already been hard at work this morning. Republicans are inching their way to passing what President Donald Trump calls his big, beautiful bill.
Doug Luzader joins us now on their progress this morning from Capitol Hill. And Doug, a few questions for you this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start out with, for people who aren't aware what's in this spending bill, kind of give us the highlights of what it does include.
Well, I mean, this is a comprehensive piece of legislation. I guess we would start on the tax side of this. This continues the tax cuts that Trump ushered in back in 2017. Those were set to expire at the end of the year, so this would continue those. It would also increase the child tax credit for a period of time. On the spending side of this, this does seek to reduce the amount of money spent on Medicaid without necessarily scaling back benefits for those who continue to qualify. So what we keep hearing is waste, fraud, and abuse, putting in new work requirements as far as Medicaid is concerned. There is a provision in there, just off the top of my head, there is a provision in there to pay for the president's new Golden Dome missile defense system. That's part of it. One of the real unresolved issues, maybe, is what to do about state and local tax deductibility, the so-called SALT, the SALT issue. Now, there were some signs that perhaps they had reached an agreement on what to do as far as that's concerned. That's been a real sticking point among Republicans. But there are a lot of, different aspects to this bill. It really does touch on a number of things, but primarily this has to do with continuing the president's tax cuts from 2017.
We know Democrats obviously very much against this, but there are some still Republicans who are not sold on this. We were looking at video. The president was there on Capitol Hill trying to convince maybe some of the holdouts, if you will. What is the sticking point for some of these Republicans who are still not a yes vote?
Well, it depends on the Republican. There are some conservative Republicans who think this doesn't do enough in terms of deficit reduction, fiscal hawks. On the other hand, there are moderate Republicans who are concerned about some of the changes in Medicaid, for instance. So, when you do some things to placate one end of that spectrum, you anger people on the other, and that's been the real issue as far as finding the balance point here. And the other thing has to do with what we just talked about, the SALT deduction, state and local taxes. There are a number of Republicans from high tax states, New York, California, where this is really an important issue.
You can throw Minnesota in there probably too. What do you expect lawmakers to talk about today, the focus today?
Well, they've been meeting since 1 o'clock this morning in the Rules Committee. This is just kind of, teeing up the actual vote on the bill today. Much of the debate is happening behind the scenes as far as Republicans to get everyone on board. Just given the numbers in the House, they just cannot afford many defections on the Republican side, maybe 3. So all of a sudden, every single Republican has a lot of sway in this debate.
Yeah, we know they want to get it done, get that vote in before the holiday weekend, too. All right, Doug, thank you. We appreciate the insight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doug.